Me and my tribe. Hi, my name is April. And that was my tribe. Well, they were not always my tribe. Let me tell you why. I live with my mom, my dad and my little brother, on what is left of my homeland. I go to school there too. Here are some of my classmates. One Friday our teacher said we could create our very own after-school club. But first, the class had to work together as a team to decide on a club name, a theme, a date and a 1-hour time slot that works for everyone. We were all so excited to get started on Monday. All we could think about all weekend was our club. What should we name it? What is our theme? What do we want to do in our club? It was fun coming up with ideas. Finally, we all agreed we wanted our name to be Me and My Tribe in honor of our relatives. We decided we would invite a relative each week to teach us about a traditional skill, like making fry bread with wojapi sauce and fresh blueberries, yum! Or a pair of moccasins for our dolls. Or we can make our own fishing poles and hunt for our bait. We could learn to start a fire with a stick. With adult supervision of course. Or maybe we can plan a field trip and search the woods for fruits and berries and medicine. The list went on and on, there was so much we wanted to learn from our elders. Monday wasn't even here yet and we had a name, a time, and a plan for our activities. We thought we made a great team. Soon we would have our own tribe, and club, and I could hardly wait.
Good morning, class. Everyone, take your seat please. Thank you. I know you are excited to learn when you may start on your club organization. I'm happy to say I've received all your permission slips. So, we may begin today. I've also arranged use of the art room for the morning to give you space to meet. Okay everyone, let's proceed single file to the art room.
Once we got to the art room it didn't take long to elect a club president, that would be moi. I chose my BFF Araya as vice president. Susie made treasurer and Remy will be our activities director. Everything was moving along nicely until Remy and Dakota began arguing over whose dad should tell us about medicinal plants or how to make a teepee. You see, Remy's dad is our tribal chairman and Dakota's dad, a survival guide, but not a tribe member, Dakota's mom is. I told them, as club president I did not understand why it mattered who taught us basic skills, we were only 8 after all. But then Bluebird said her grandma told her that she was allowed to join the club. It's just, since our club is called Me and My Tribe, she thought only full-bloods should be allowed to instruct the children. Then, suddenly, Susie went running out of the room crying and screaming my mom is not going to get pumped full of blood just to talk to our club and then...
Good afternoon class. Hope you all had a nice lunch break. I'm sorry to say I have some disappointing news. First, I still believe an after-school activity is a good idea. However, after the argument in the art room this morning, several complaints about the noise and Susie so upset her mother picked her up and took her home. Your teacher and I have decided you may still have a club, but you must change your club theme. Because the controversy your current theme stirred up is too complicated for young minds to understand. Therefore, it's best you're not forced to deal with such topics until you are much older. But don't any of you worry or be upset, none of this is your fault. It was all due to a lapse in judgment on our part. Unfortunately, we have spent too much time on this matter today and must get back to our studies. Go home tonight and think about a different activity and let's meet again tomorrow. I'm sure you will come up with a more enjoyable theme and you will soon be back on track.
The whole class was disappointed and sad to hear we must choose another theme for our club. We had been so proud of ourselves for choosing Me and My Tribe as our theme. We all hoped when our elders saw how eager we were to learn from them they would be proud of us too. But now, my BFF Aria blames me. She said I was supposed to be club president so I should have stopped the arguing before we got in trouble. Remy and Dakota are mad at each other. Some of the class blames Remy. I'm not sure Susie's mom will allow her to join any club at all and I'm worried when the other parents hear about our trouble today, they will feel the same way. Then, probably, there will be no after-school activities allowed at all. And now, my stomach hurts and I just want to go home.
Hello Susie Q. I'm so glad you stopped by. Your mom told me you were upset by something that was said in school today and she thought, since I'm a scientist and historian, I might better explain the meaning of full blood in scientific and historical terms. First of all, it has nothing to do with how much blood a person has. So don't be scared. It describes a person whose blood quantum is high enough to be considered pure. And the concept originated with white settlers in the 1800s as a means to deny Indians entitlements, such as land or rations that was promised to them in treaties. Consider this: if only full-bloods are allowed to teach traditional skills, those skills could soon be lost forever, if we trust U.S. Census records, which calculate the percentage of full-bloods today at less than 1%. Or do we trust the Harvard geneticists who proclaim, no population's DNA is pure? And here's what the Native Governance Center has to say about the matter. Blood quantum is a stand-in device for lineage imposed by the U.S. federal government to disempower indigenous people and separate them from their lands, resources, culture, identities, languages, and futures. I believe if we remain divided as a tribe on issues as important as this, the U.S. will be able to accomplish their goal, which has always been to conquer, divide, and disperse.
Welcome home, grandson. Your mom and dad are working late, so I thought I'd keep you company till they get home. Also, I wanted to discuss the comment you made about Dakota's dad not being qualified to speak to your club since he's not a tribe member. It is true he did not meet our tribe's old blood degree requirements, even though he has a Lakota grandmother. However, our tribal council did away with that policy some time ago. Because it has divided our community too long and it was never our part of our tradition. You see, before European arrival, tribal membership was mainly determined by lineage and geography, but intermarriages and alliances were also common.
Good morning, Mr. Ohaiteka. Thanks for meeting with me so early. I'm here because several of your second-grade parents decided to meet up last night to discuss how upset their children are. April took to bed after school complaining her stomach hurt and wouldn't come down for supper. Remy feels like it was his fault and he's afraid he's lost a friend in Dakota. My niece Susie was so upset her mom couldn't console her. Anyway, the parents elected me as their spokesperson. First, please know we appreciate you were only looking out for their best interest when you made the decision to ban their club theme. However, we believe you should reconsider. Because our children, whatever age, must learn to face difficulties like these head-on. Sure, we would love to shelter them from painful topics, but we know in our hearts that just buries the problem for a minute and inhibits change. They are, after all, exposed to this stuff every day, as we all have been for generations. Therefore, we are hopeful a club like Me and My Tribe might just be the perfect place to plant those seeds of change our community so desperately needs. We will, of course, accept whatever decision you make.
I didn't feel like going to school today, but my mom made me. She said I was just worried last night and should feel better once I'm at school with my friends and classmates. Boy, was she right. Everyone was laughing and talking and hugging when I got to school. Susie said she talked to her aunt and wasn't scared anymore. Remy's grandfather had a talk with him, and he apologized to Dakota first thing, told him he would be honored to have his dad speak to whatever club we decide on. And I got the biggest best friend forever hug from Arya. We all promised each other that we would always be a tribe, no matter our club's name. I feel so much better now. Got to run, but there's the bell.
Class, I'm happy to see you all in such a good mood this morning. I was concerned about you after our little incident yesterday. I take it you had a chance to think about a new club theme. I promise we'll get to that later today. For now, let's focus on the material you were assigned for homework yesterday. And I don't want to spoil your good mood, but there's going to be a pop quiz on the subject this morning. So, let's everyone take out your pencils. Arya, would you pass out the quiz? Thank you. Okay class, time's up, pencils down and begin passing your papers forward. Oh, good morning Mr. Ohaitka, what a pleasant surprise, I hope.
Not to worry, only good news today. I thought you should know I've reconsidered the decision made regarding your club theme. After much thought, and an eye-opening conversation with Susie's Aunt Marjorie, I decided you may go ahead with Me and My Tribe. It is the perfect choice. I'm so sorry I didn't see that right away. Be sure to thank your parents for sticking up for you. They simply reminded me that you are strong, capable, intelligent and loving children. I'm sure you will handle any controversy, argument or conflict that arise in your meetings, as in life, with the same grace you showed on the playground this morning, with your laughter, forgiveness and acceptance. You may even have a thing or two to teach your elders about diplomacy, friendship, family and community. I look forward to hearing about your club's progress. Good day, children.
Needless to say, we were over the moon to hear the news. Sure, all the arguing and hurt feelings were not easy to deal with. I still can't believe it gave me a real tummy ache. But we stuck together, learned a lot about each other, our parents and our community. You know, our moms, dads, aunts, uncles and grandparents don't often agree with each other on tribal matters. There seems to be more and more arguing as time goes on. But they came together today for us, and that makes us proud to be their relatives. I really hope our club has the same effect on the rest of the community, maybe even the whole wide world. Stay tuned for more adventures with me and my tribe.